Hello. In this 1.20.1 Forge modpack development video, we're going to be going over how to add and remove in a basic manner item drops using the KubeJS mod. If you find these sorts of videos informative, please give them a like, comment with any questions and or video suggestions for the future, and subscribe to the channel to never miss future content. Also make sure to ring the notifications bell. In addition, thank you to BisectHosting for supporting my channel, and I will be giving more information about their services later in the video. But for now, let's get started. So we're going to be writing a script inside the server scripts folder. So make sure that your JavaScript file is in there. The event listener we're going to be using is entity events.drops. The first argument that you need to put is the entity filter. So for our first example here, I'm going to be doing skeleton. And then you put the event callback. So our first example here is going to be completely canceling drops. So if we want to, in this instance, we want to make sure that a skeleton does not drop any items at all upon death. So to do that, we're going to use the event.cancel. So event.cancel is a critical method that completely prevents execution, in this case, of the entity's default loot table. This means that the skeleton will drop nothing unless subsequent code explicitly adds drops back in. If you want to replace all drops, you would use event.cancel and then add drops to specify the new loot. But if you want to get more advanced like that, Loot.js, the Loot.js add-on mod is probably what you want. Anyways, the second example we're going to do here is to add a specific fixed drop. So we're going to start this off the same, entity events dot drops, and here we're going to do a zombie. And then we're going to pass in an event callback. So here, the zombie's default loot table is not going to be canceled. So those drops will still occur. But here we want to actually add a drop. So we're going to do that with event.addDrop. And then inside this method, you want to pass in the item ID of whatever you want to add. So here I want to add a bone. So again, this is going to add a single bone to the drop list in addition to any items defined by the default loot table. So again, stuff like rotten flesh, carrots, potatoes will still drop. Before we get into our final example, I would like to give a shout out to my server hosting partner and provider, BisectHosting. This is a great service for Minecraft, in addition, including over 100 other top online games. In regards to Minecraft, you can pre-install over 2,300 mod packs automatically. They offer 24/7, 365 customer support, which can help troubleshoot your server and mods. In addition, you can host your server from across 20 locations around the world, and they offer advanced DDoS protection as well. Again, thank you to BisectHosting for supporting my channel. You can find my affiliate link in the description below. That'll bring you to this website that I got the screenshot from. There's plenty of great information there that can help inform a possible purchase that aligns with your needs and budget. But now back to the video. And in our final example here is we want to add a variable custom drop. So we're going to start off the same, entity events.drops, and then we're going to do the Enderman this time. And you do this the same callback structure. So we want to make the drops random. So the best way to do that is to use JavaScript's math class, and specifically its random method. So what we're going to do here is we're going to define a temporary variable here. We're going to call it amount, and we're going to make that equal to math.random. and then inside here we're gonna multiply it by 3. So what this does is it generates a floating point number between 0 and 1. That's what the random method does, but we want to multiply it by 3 and store it as an amount. So that's going to result in a number between 0 and 2.9, 999, etc. So now, since we have that amount defined, we're going to do event.addDrop again. But instead of just passing in the item ID, we're going to use the item.of method. So item.of takes in 2 arguments. First is the item ID itself, and then the second argument is the amount. So here we're going to make the Enderman drop as a vendor. And then our second argument is going to be the amount that we defined. So again, I hope these 3 simple examples were informative and helped you get started. If you have any questions, please comment. In addition, if you have any future video ideas, please comment that as well. Please like the video if it was informative, subscribe to the channel, and thank you to BisectHosting for supporting my video. Otherwise, thank you for your time and have a great day.